I'm in the exercise file to create 3D views that are not perspectives, but can be used, for example, to do a cross section through the building showing illumination. So I want to have a surface of some sort that I can, if you like, catch the illumination values on, because it'll be place them on that surface. So what I can do here is, first of all, create a surface. So I'm going to use model in place a component. I'm going to create it as a mass, because these kind of typically turn off in views automatically. I'll call it surface for illumination. And I'll just draw a line that would be representative of the plane that I want to, when it's extruded, the plane that I want to have through my model. So I'm just drawing it through here. Escape, then pick it. That's pick the line and say create a 3D form, solid form. It's going to extrude that up, and then I can say I'm finished. Right. The message from Revit is just that there's no volume, it's only a surface. I can place this where I want it to be, so I'm just selecting it and using the arrow keys, and I'm moving it so it's going to go through this window, through the low, I don't know if you want to call it a light shelf with lights in it, then through the edge of the table and through the planter and out in my project. So now if I say that I want to create the view that I need for the study, I can say camera. Remember to turn off the perspective. And so what I'm doing is placing a camera at 5'6" above the ground level, and I'm going out here to the right. Don't know of a way to lock that, so it's definitely going to be at the right angle. I need to maybe just look to see that I don't get any kinks in the path when I place it. So I don't see any there. I'm now looking along that view. I guess it really doesn't have to be exactly, but that would be better. And what I can do is I'm going to say in that view, VG, M for masses, turn the mass on so I can see it. Okay, why did I not see it? So it's there. There's the view that I was in. Oh, sorry, that's what I was seeing on the outside here. That is the mass. What I could do is say edit it, pick it, and I'm just going to adjust the top to say just put it around the building. Not showing everything on the outside and the inside, but just kind of cutting through what I want to look at. In that view, I probably also want to see this crop region, so I'm going to finish with the mass here. I'm picking the crop region and I'm moving that in. Double click in there on the scroll bar to move in close. And so I want to be from outside the building, and I'll set that at about the floor level, maybe slightly below. Let me move that back a little bit. That's my mass. Let me move this back to here. So now I've got a surface in there that I can use for the analysis. Right? So let me do two different Illuminance renderings here. First of all, I'm going to right click and rename the view. I'm going to call it just 3D section for Illuminance. Oh, Jim. Just make sure that that's what I want here. I can be, sizing this to whatever I want. Let's say I want to make this, no, I'll leave it as it is. What I want to do here is render this. So I'm going to say under view, render in cloud. This is going to create the project with the same name as my file. Render in cloud. Step 1, 2, 3, continue. 3D section for Illuminance. It needs to be Illuminance. I'm going to use the values of my view. So let me just check. The value of my view was equinox. Do I want to have interior lights? If I do, I'm going to say under render settings. I am on the inside of the building and I want sun and artificial lights to be shown in here. So I've got several. I've got some up here, I've got some inside the brick down here, and I've got one on the roof up near here. My settings are correct in the view. I'm going to say render in the cloud, continue, Illuminance, use the date and time from the view. I've got the sky model, I've got the legend, and what I'm going to do here is set my range as 0 to 100 foot candles, logarithmic, render, okay. Continue in the background. I can click on there to go look at it in the cloud. There's my project. There's the Illuminance rendering that's being created. And I expect this to show a range of lights that would be, of Illuminance levels that would be of most interest to, say, an interior designer or an architect, right? So I can see quite clearly here. There's the 100-watt bulb that's in the shelf here. Not so obvious up here that I've got a light. But I've got my cross-sectional view of my interior. Now let me do a re-render in here. So this is going to give me another And what I'm going to do is say use the date and time. Foot candles again. 0 to actually, let's not do that. Let's just do automatic so you can see what automatic is. Just going to measure the highest illuminance and give a range all the way to the lowest illuminance, right? So outside of the building I'd expect to see it very high values, and then if I render again here, so I'm getting another image in here, you'll see the difference in what I get here. So that was the setting that was just automatic. Right, so because of the way light drops off with inverse proportion to distance, I'm getting brighter values on the outside, but everything in the inside is kind of low value, except where I've got the high value of the light there, because of the way it divides up the ranges. So automatic just went from the highest value that it could find to the lowest value, 0, and then it's showing this. If I do one more in here, if I said re-render again, and I say automatic and logarithmic, so it would create 10 divisions on here. Let's see the values change. So I'm going to make sure my let me set that to just do automatic and logarithmic render. So we were at 800 and something when we did automatic. So because automatic is on, it's finding the highest value, and because it's dividing it up into 10 units, but because the logarithmic is on, it's so that's I need a bit of interpretation there as to what the different settings are showing me. I'm going to just show here, if you click on the little plus, because there were multiple, I don't know why the graphics are not showing this properly. I should be seeing three images. I'm going to say download that one, and then I'll say delete it. Download that one, and then I'll delete it. That was the one that was automatic. And then one last one here, sure why I'm not seeing the values on here. They may be in the image, it's maybe my screen. If that's the last image, then what it's doing is getting rid of the project. Getting a bit of lag time, I think. And the project was actually gone. My graphics were not up to date.